Whew, all right, man. So I just want to start this off, man. Apologizing to all my Elvis fans. Apparently I rubbed a lot of you guys the wrong way with what I was saying. It was true. I did not do my homework. But before y'all even started talking crazy, I just stumbled across, some things and saw that he was working with, the likes of Jackie Wilson, James Brown, that he was really friends with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So once again, ignorancy is no excuse for stupidity. So I'm not asking y'all to, forgive me or nothing. It's just I want to let y'all know that, yeah, I admit I did not do my homework, and that's on me. All right, so apologies. I hope that y'all, the people that do come back, I hope y'all subscribe, and I hope that y'all ready for more Elvis, because it's definitely on the way. All right, but this time we're gonna react to Elvis and the black community. So this guy commented, he was like, hey, you should watch Elvis in the black community. I'm guessing because he heard what I said or whatever. And like I said, I never said Elvis was racist. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? But he just, I guess, wanted me to see Elvis in his natural habitat type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was fucking with everybody. You know what I mean? So it says Elvis Presley in the black community, that echo will never die. All right? If you're new, subscribe, like the video. If y'all have Elvis recommendations, please comment them, because I don't know which Elvis songs to pick. If not, I'm going to just start picking some and going down the list, all right? So let's go ahead and check this out, see what they're talking about. Let's get it. Bang. And his mama cried.
I thought he was a very beautiful, and still is,
Al Green.
A very beautiful person, and his
shout out Al Green.
Probably forever live on.
Well, you ain't nothing but a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine.
There is no room in this city for the vulgar performances of Elvis Presley.
It's shocking. I watched him gyrate his legs and swivel his hips. And our parent teachers group feels he should not be on television.
We've set up a 20-man committee to...
Bro, just imagine, right? We're in the year 2023. And we're actually seeing a video of a white man with a sign on his car, or whatever the hell that is, I believe it's a car, talking about, we serve white customers only, bro. It's hard. We never forget, bro. We never forget that we got treated so badly. It's just crazy that you're seeing this right now, and that, it really happened, and we're physically seeing it happen. You know what I mean? From this very video. Mind blowing, bro. History is crazy.
do away with this vulgar, animalistic, nigger rock and roll bop. Our committee will check with the restaurant owners and the cafes to see what Presley records is on their machines, and then ask them to do away with them.
You've learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
Go find your
Because
pencil, baby.
I don't feel I'm doing anything wrong.
Go get your tablet. So apparently they had a problem with the way he was shaking his tail. You know what I'm saying? Which back then was crazy. Imagine them right now. Imagine if they was alive right now in that same mindset, seeing what they see right now. Boy, they would have a heart attack every other day. Yeah, here you go.
Rock and roll has got to go. And go it does at KWK. We're all through playing rock and roll records.
If you want to ping, you gotta get my backpack.
Record-breaking week here at KWK. And after this week, no more rock and roll will be played on the air.
The obscenity and vulgarity of the rock and roll music is obviously a means by which the white man and his children can be driven to the level with a nigger. It is obviously nigger.
Bro, that's so effed up. He talking about this, if you listen to rock and roll, you basically a nigga. You stooping down to the nigga level. Why do we gotta be like, oh my god. Yo, this is already pissing me off, y'all. And I'm not even old, bro. I didn't even go through this shit. But the fact that I'm a very big family man, and knowing my family went through this, they was really thinking we was less than. Knowing damn well that's not true.
Can be driven to the level with a nigger. It is obviously nigger music.
Everybody mostly turned him down. And
like, come on.
Because first thing, he had Negroes' ways. This is what they didn't really at that time. They didn't want to accept.
Mostly by black performers, and he
essence, because of at that particular time, the kind of backwards mental capability that many people had as judging a person because of the color of their skin, as somewhat still does exist. But back then it was worse, and
don't color on yourself.
He actually, because of him being...
Yo, they wrong for having my dog with his eyes like that, yo. I shit you not. They are wrong for that. I've always seen Stevie Wonder with glasses on, so, you know, I never knew he used to expose his eyes. That's kind of freaky to me. Like, and I know that's him, and you gotta love him, accept him for who he is, but like, that's crazy.
Caucasian brother, he was able to do away with that whole thing.
He's 77-year-old Early Wright, a disc jockey at radio station WROX in Clarksdale for 45 years.
Hi there. Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How do you do? This is your soul man to be with you until it gets through. I want you to stand by, don't have no fear. Follow Jay's show, should I play one like this one from out of here? Elvis Presley.
Go, hurry up.
Elvis's songs still get good play on Wright's program among the blues, gospel, and jazz recordings that are its staples. It was almost 40 years ago when Elvis drove down to Clarksdale from Memphis with a record and asked him to play it.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I
probably one of the first person to ever play his record.
When he introduced himself to being Elvis Presley, then I went all the pieces over him. Then he and I started talking. I used to be the manager of a gospel group called the 4-Star Quartet. And I could listen to a man sing a hymn. I could listen to a man sometime talk. I did that. And I could pick him out whether he could fit in my group. And talking to Elvis Presley, I could see a great future in him.
It's no accident that Wright recognized Elvis's strong gospel roots. Here at the East Trigg Baptist Church in Memphis, older members of the congregation remember Elvis joining in with the choir while in high school.
Wow.
These were rousing sessions led by the charismatic pastor, the Reverend W. Herbert Brewster.
Like most black people in the South.
All right, stop.
And to whose throat God has pressed down a harp of 1,000 strings, it only needed tuning. Elvis's voice was that type of voice that agreed with the thought of Calvary. He had that kind of bent and inclination and attitude that suggested that God could use him.
Wow. Y'all, can y'all imagine white Elvis in the whole, like, cause you know back then being white being with black, that was already like eye opener, you know what I'm saying? Imagine him in a big ass crowd of black gospel singers and he just cutting the rug. That's crazy. I really wish they would have took a picture of that.
I gave the music a different approach, a new beat. I knew that it wasn't going to hurt if I said, "Must Jesus bear the cross alone," whether I said with 1 beat, 2 beat, whether I said it high or low. And I told them, "Come on in here and put your stuff together." They came in here, and it was a glorious experience, and Elvis was in that group.
Elvis came out with a style of his own, and it was very creative. And once he got into it, and you got that feel, Elvis just took off like a late freight. And with Elvis doing this kind of music, gave an injection to black music that no other artist had ever done.
It was like an earthquake in my neighborhood. The whole place was shaking when he came on. And I said, how the person possessed that kind of power, that it even comes off the TV and grabbed me in this ghetto neighborhood.
Elvis took my Tutti Frutti, and I was very disgusted. But by him singing it, he really made it bigger and made me bigger.
During those days.
Now, that's true, right? Now, you got to look at it like this. Look, back then, the blacks were, they had their own small little section, I guess, of people that fuck with them, you know? Elvis, when you're white, which is like Elvis, you're going to be worldwide because whites, they push them more, of course, right? So as long as they didn't butcher it. Now, I heard some white songs, like when they cover a black person song or whatever, and they sound horrible. And then I hear Elvis singing Tutti Frutti, and he sounds damn near better than goddamn Little Richard. Like I said, when I was talking in the last video, I never meant to like disrespect nobody. Like, Elvis is the GOAT. Like, even Michael Jackson looked up to Elvis, bro. So y'all know this dude is the GOAT. You know, it just was a weird time back then. You know, everybody was thinking everybody was trying to jack each other's swag and shit.
Elvis took my Tutti Frutti, and I was very disgusted. But by him singing it, he really made it bigger and made me bigger.
During those days, if it was a white artist doing something, they would just say, they don't like our blacks and we don't like them either. He's nothing but a copycat. But Elvis Presley, when he came on, chicks was screaming and going crazy, and it was like in any other neighborhood. And I said, this guy's got something going, man.
Elvis had something that made him sound like he truly meant it. And that's what made a lot of people like myself like him.
I think Elvis had lots of soul. He appealed to black people. He definitely had to have soul in order to do that.
I think there's ever been an artist that when his name went on the marquee,
Davis Jr.
They knew he was coming. People came from all over the world. I never heard of that.
Elvis did a lot of stuff that, you know, rappers do these days.
He had the bling. You gotta have the bling when you're from Memphis.
He had the bling, you know, he had a Cadillac, you know, he had like a gangster in him.
Damn.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto.
The song also resonates with people who've only met Elvis through his songs.
I was talking about the hood, you know, they're talking about where we come from.
Paul Beauregard and Jordan Houston are the Oscar-winning rap duo 3-6 Mafia. They grew up just 2 blocks from Graceland in one of Memphis's poorest neighborhoods.
I want a CD scratcher.
My mom used to always listen to this song when I was young. He talked about, you know, things that she went through. You know, she had like, you know, my mom had a bunch of kids, like 9 kids. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get somebody to listen to your song. You talk about what they know about and what they want to hear. Right. And she know about ghetto because, you know, she lived in ghetto.
In the ghetto.
That's it.
And his mama cries. But if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
After we find the part on the record that we want to use, we sample it into the drum machine or the keyboard. That way we can loop it like.
My first line says, first I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. So it's just like the struggle, you know, what's going on in the hood. First I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach. It's still broke, so I'm sleeping on apartment floors. And I was off beat, but it's all good, cause it's on TV. maybe do some edits.
Hey.
Make me look cool, maybe put my name in the credits.
Juicy J.
Once we have all that ready, you know, we load it into the drum machine and then pay out.
So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto.
Survival is an everyday task. Watching your back for the man wearing the mask. I say you might get stuck if you in the hood looking like.
Now I might have to react to this song, bro. I didn't even know they made a song like that. You okay, Daddy? That's wild, bro. Shout out 3-6 Mafia, man.
We ride old school whips, high off the ground, right beside a player hill. It ain't bad as it seems. We still stay fly, looking so clean.
Yeah, mama.
First I'm broke, so I hang out with the rat and roach, and still broke, cause I'm sleeping on apartment floors. The junkies get up, kick when they smoke a brick. I never seen a drug dealer ever call it quits. The hood struggle is to make you gotta get the change. See, every day is like a dark cloud full of rain. The feds tapping for what's dangerous when you hood trapping. So don't get lost in the sauce slinging, cold crackling.
In the ghetto.
So help your brother along the way, no matter where he starts. For the same God that made you, made him too. These men with broken hearts.
Respect, bro. And baby Elvis.
During the 60s and early
We'd be given the star treatment. We had to be in our convertible where everybody could see us. And our little blonde could drive us.
Damn, bro. And I stay in Texas.
That was his statement. You don't like it?
She looked
deal with
not
it,
that old.
or I'm not going to be there. And I thought that was very big of him.
When I joined the group in 1972, they took a big chance because there were no blacks in contemporary or Southern gospel music, and I was the first one, and it made all the headlines and everything. It was in Billboard and all the newspapers in Tennessee. And my first time meeting Elvis was, he had a folder full of clippings of things that he had read about me. As a matter of fact, the Imperials brought me to his suite, and he gave me this folder with all the clippings, and he personally welcomed me into the family. And for a guy who, you know, didn't really know where he stood, this was very important, that he acknowledged my presence and, you know, made me feel very much a part of what we were all doing. And right away, he treated me like he'd known me for years. He gave me one of those TCB chains and everything, and I was just one of the guys, and I never forgot that.
And I'd been around him with other people of color, and I've only seen him give love. He was very generous to people that he didn't even know. You didn't have to be of any racial persuasion for him to love you.
And you know, you know how rumors get started when there's a big star or something. The people will start rumors. Well, he doesn't like this kind of people, or he doesn't like those people or that people. And I never got that from him.
But you know, Elvis is a whole other thing. I think it's scary to even be compared to people in that, like, you know, I mean, because he's such a big talent, and in his absence, of course he's bigger than in his presence. And music marks time, so in this time period, what Elvis was to his period would be something totally different. Well, I think rock and roll, I mean, what he brought to Vegas is more than rock and roll. I mean, I think it's just so much going on out here on the entertainment front. Like right now, you'll see the likes of Celine Dion and Tony Braxton. It's a lot going out here. You know what I mean? As far as rock and roll is concerned, it's great. I mean, Elvis Presley was able to do things that haven't been able to be duplicated to this day.
Black American music influenced Elvis. The fact that people say, well, he's the king of it all, king of rock and roll, is a slap in the face to those that made the music possible.
Now, be real, y'all. With everything that we know, I'm talking speaking both sides, like our side, and we talking about the Jackie Wilsons, the Chuck Berrys, you know, all those guys. Would all of y'all consider Elvis the king of rock and roll? Is there a king of rock and roll? Now we know Michael Jackson's king of pop. We know that though. That's you can't argue with that. But is Elvis in y'all's thought? Be real. Is Elvis the king of pop? I mean the king of rock and roll.
In the first place, not to say he wasn't brilliant. I think he was a fantastic, talented singer.
I don't think he ripped them off. I think once something has been exposed, anyone can add or take from it if they like. He was just so great, so popular, so hot, so anything that he played, it became a hit. To me, they didn't make a mistake when they called him the king.
The only thing I want to know, was he my friend? Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something? Yes, on all counts. And that's the name of that tune.
He was a bundle of energy set to music. And that echo will never die.
All right, gang. That was a great video. I'm about to end this because this baby's crying. That was a great video. Very like I learned a lot from it, man. I appreciate y'all for putting me onto this. It definitely makes me see Elvis in a different light. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I apologize. I hope I know I pushed a lot of y'all away. I hope you know, I hope y'all come back and, you know, realize that, you know, I am an ignorant fool, but I own up to my shit. And you know, it is what it is. We're gonna push forward. You know what I'm saying? Also put the comment some of y'all's favorite Elvis songs, and I'm gonna get to them ASAP. All right. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Like the video. Follow me on IG at RUTheories if you can. Share to all your social media platforms. All right. And I'll catch you on the next one. Deuce.